Hey, ladies, welcome to another Self-Love Conversations. My name is Gloria Ward, and tonight we have an amazing author who's going to talk to us about our favorite topic, which is self-love. Now, Tanisha Lee Costales, she is a native New Yorker who moved down to Florida, became an author and a businesswoman, and she is also the author of her book, Becoming a Virtuous Wife, a breakthrough guide of healing trauma, restoring your family, and unlocking the power of communication. Tanisha, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. It's
Yeah,
an honor.
yeah, well, thank you. I guess my first thing for you is the whole thing of self-love is very big these days, right? And everybody's talking about you need to have self-love, you need to be able to, take back your power. Tell us, what is self-love to you? What does self-love mean?
Yes, to me, self-love, and this is my go-to saying, self-love is not selfish, it is selfless.
Mm-hmm.
Us women have become accustomed to putting everyone's needs before our own. We wear many hats.
Absolutely.
Someone who is a mother, right? Who is a wife or who is not a wife. We wear many hats. We are taking care of a lot of people. And we start to lose sight of ourselves, where now we're putting ourselves in the back burner.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I have done for many years. But even before then, in my childhood, I've always dealt with self-hatred. So the love for myself was never really there.
Right.
And the people who dealt with trauma and abuse, they probably in the same boat. They never had that example. So when we learn to love ourselves, we start building those standards and creating healthy boundaries
Mm-hmm.
where now we won't allow people to disrespect us and abuse us.
Right.
So we just start gaining respect for ourselves and start loving ourselves. So that's why I say self love is not selfish, it is selfless, because once we learn how to love ourselves, we're now not only able to love ourselves, but we're able to love others as well. Because if we don't love ourselves, how can we love other people?
I
You
absolutely
can't.
agree. I absolutely agree. And how did you get here though? Because you mentioned a little
Mm.
bit about your childhood, but how did you get to the point where you figured out that self-love is selfless and now you're on this journey?
Okay, I was with the father of my children for a very long time. After I graduated high school, because of my circumstances, we started talking and getting to know each other. But because of my circumstances, I asked if I can move in with him. And
Hmm.
of course, he wanted to help the person he liked out, and everything just happened so quickly. We started a family, and it was two broken people that have dealt with childhood trauma now together. And what happens? Broken people break people,
Right.
right?
That's right.
So
Hmm.
we're hurting each other throughout all them years. And it got to the point where I mentally tapped out and I end up having an affair. And then once I had an affair that actually was led to a rape,
Hmm.
and I kept going back to my abuser, my body started becoming inflicted.
Hmm.
And the doctor, I dealt with a lot of chronic pain. First it was vertigo. Then they didn't understand why someone so young was having all this pain. So they said it was fibromyalgia. So I just couldn't. I was depressed. The self-hatred got worse and I couldn't live with him anymore. So I needed to leave. And a part of it, I knew if I didn't love myself, I would never be able to love him.
Hmm.
So I knew I needed to separate myself to be able to tap into that self-love.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. That's how it all started. I finally put myself first.
Right.
Instead of making him happy and stay there, I left.
And how
So
does
that's how
it,
it came to.
yeah. So a lot of women will say, you had the courage to go ahead and leave. But, Tanisha, I can't leave because
Mm,
he's the breadwinner. And
mm,
I know that this is not a good situation, but what else can I do? I can't go live with my mom because I got problems with her.
yeah,
And I can't go to a friend's house because I don't want to, mess up that relationship. I want
yeah.
to be able to do what you did. I want to be able
Mm,
to get out of this, but I just don't know how because I feel like I didn't take care of me in the beginning. And so now I'm
mm.
stuck. What would you say to
Okay.
that woman?
So for that woman, if it's not a physical abuse type of situation, because if it's a physical abuse, I'm gonna say, girl, you better pack your bags and you're gonna have to go somewhere. Like call a helpline and leave.
Right.
But if it's not a physical abuse situation, sit down with your partner. Come to them not in anger, not in resentment or bitterness. Recognize that you have been hurting for a long time and he has been hurting for a long time. He needs healing and you need healing. Speak to him as soft spoken as possible. I was raised we're half Puerto Rican, half Peruvian. We're loud. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So just try your best to just try to remain calm and just say, listen, I have been going through this. I've been feeling this way, and I'm not blaming you. I know the way we were raised up. I have things that I need to work on within myself.
Right.
Just like you mentioned, what happened to you when you were younger, the same thing. You need to heal too. And I want to be a better person. I
Mm-hmm.
want us to be better, but I know and I have realized that I've never loved myself. So
Mm-hmm.
I need to be able to learn how to love myself. And, our situation, maybe you don't have to say our situation is kind of tough where I can just leave. Maybe you don't have to say that, but you can just say that I want to start doing the work and making some changes. So I'm going to no longer call you any names when I get mad. I would appreciate it if you could try to do the same as well.
Right.
Catch yourself before you do it. I'm going to try. I feel like I need to sometimes, maybe once a week or every other week, to have like I just need to start incorporating some self-care days
Yeah.
where I just have a little me time, even if it's going to a park or going to take myself out to the movies or going to take myself out to go eat by myself. I
Mm-hmm.
just need a me time so I can reflect on my life, reflect on why I act the way I do, what are my triggers,
Mm-hmm.
and I would say go about it that way.
Yeah.
If he truly cares, he would say okay and he'll try. If he doesn't and say you're over exaggerating and just bashing you, he doesn't love you. And
Mm-hmm.
he's not the one. Obviously he has problems, right? Just like you do. You don't love yourself, he don't love himself. So if he don't love himself and respect himself, he's not going to be able to love you and respect you.
Right.
So if he doesn't acknowledge the words that are coming out of your mouth, and then he doesn't care for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll probably have to think of another way out because it will
Communicate.
never last. It will never last. It will
Right.
never last. Even if you try to do your part, it will never last. There's going to come a time and day where you're going to have to you're going to get tired of it because you
Mm-hmm.
have now been working on yourself, that you're going to get up and go. But that would be the first step, is speaking, to communicating.
And I like that because you are already giving him or her or your partner whatever the new standards are of the relationship and letting them know upfront, hey, you know, I'm gonna be taking more me time. I'm gonna be watching what I say because I want us to be better. And like you said, if it's received in a way in which they feel defensive or received in a way in which they feel like they don't believe you, then yeah, you might have to take little more drastic measures. But in the end, it is worth it because you're the person that matters,
Yes.
right? You're the person that has to walk around every day in your body and feel the way you feel. And like I tell the women, nobody feels the way you feel and nobody understands what that feels like but you, right?
Yeah.
So you took the steps, you started doing the work, and now here we are in this day where you are an author. So my question is, did you have any guilt with that? Because you're a mom and you have kids. Was it a lot of moms say, well, I don't want to choose myself because I got the kids and I'll put that on a back burner
Mm.
and I will take my day. Did you make it a point to put yourself first because you knew that it was important, or did you have those guilty moments?
No, no. And
Mhm.
I'm a no, because your sanity is important. So I was not doing what I did or taking my days because us women, just like we are raising them, right? And we're teaching them, we set, how should I say this? Holy Spirit, help me. We set the environment in our home, right?
Mhm.
So when Mama Bear is upset,
That's
everybody's
right.
gonna know it.
Exactly.
You might not even get dinner. Everybody's about to get cereal tonight, you know?
That's
But
right.
if you're good, everybody's getting a home cooked meal. So we set the environment, we set the mood, right? So we need to make sure that we're good. So we're not, so when our children try to come test us, we're not lashing out. And
Right.
then we're going to regret it afterwards and
Mhm.
feel guilt, right?
Right.
No, that's why it's important to take your self-care days. So no, I don't. My kids know. Okay, you're good now. You kind of froze up a little bit.
Yeah, I got you. Go
Okay,
ahead, you could
okay.
continue.
Where did I leave off? So
Your
the
kids know
last
that
thing.
you're good.
Oh yeah, because I put my running gear on, and then they're like, "Okay, mommy's gonna go run." That's only when they know, you know. But I go running anyways because running. But yeah, so yeah, take those self-care days and don't feel ashamed because you want to be better for this is the thing. You're not only doing this for yourself, but you're doing it's not just for you, it's for everyone else. You want to pour out that love on everyone else. That's why it's not selfish. That's why it is selfless, not selfish, because you're also thinking of the ones that are close to you.
And you also, what you're saying is you want to make sure your cup is full because when your cup is full, your cup will runneth over on everyone else, right?
Yes,
and
yes.
and and that's what that means. So
Hmm.
you took your time out, you set your boundaries, you started your self-love journey, you discovered that you're an entrepreneur, and now you're like an author. How
Yeah.
did that happen? Like, did you get the bug, or did it naturally come because you started to figure out who you are?
Okay, so I have been on this healing journey, this self-love journey for the past 5 years.
Mhm,
Okay. And this is going to be our second, we're going into almost our second year of moving from New York and coming down to Florida. So I knew that I wanted to create a business to start build to start building up that generational wealth for my children.
mhm,
And but the Lord told me at the end of September, Tanisha, start the business, write the book. Book? What book? Share your story. I
mhm.
want to use your story to heal my children. So
Wow.
I'm like, I didn't want to do it. I'm like, Lord, I
That's
don't
when
like
you knew you
writing.
should. Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, I hate writing. Essays in school, English class, I hated it. I'm
Yeah.
like, do I really? Like, this is not what I was thinking. I had a whole different business, like, in my mind planned.
Mhm.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. I said, I don't know what I'm doing, Lord, but I'm not going to be like Jonah and disobey you, because I know what happens when we do that, and I'm not trying to get inflicted again. So
Mhm.
I done learned my lesson the first time around. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start writing this. Now I gotta relive my whole life, right? What I've been working on, trying to forget.
Right.
And I was like, but I'm gonna just write it down, give it to whoever I need to give it to. That's it. It's out of my hands. I don't know what I'm doing, so you have to connect me with the right people. Girl,
That's when it opens.
he did send me my divine helpers, right?
Mhm.
But he has me self-publishing my book,
Mm.
teaching me how to publish my own book. So now my business, Hannah's Unfading Beauty, is not a body butter business. That hence the beauty part, right? Why I was trying to do it that way, and the Lord was like, no, 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 no. Now it's an indie publishing company.
Right.
And I'm just like, okay, God, I mean, it doesn't, name's not aligning up, but okay, you know what you're doing.
Mhm.
Um, so that's what the whole book came into play. And girl, when they say obedience is better than sacrifice, I'm
Mm.
a witness to it,
I know.
because since the end of September until now, I have just been receiving breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough in my life and my family's life. Things that I had been praying for, crying out for 5 years. I'm witnessing it has come into play. My husband submitted to the Lord. He's now cooking because I don't have the time to cook. And I would cry to
Right.
the Lord about it. He's receiving his healing. He's treating me like a queen. He sees me the way the Lord sees me. He's
Mhm.
honoring me.
Mhm.
So
Be
that's how it came to play.
because you decided to take the step. And I love what you said, because a lot of women don't believe that it can happen for them and that it's airy fairy. Because once you let go and you allow God to do his work and to show you why you're here and work on yourself, because the only thing that's happening is he's waiting on you.
Yeah,
He already knows what you are. He already knows what he wants for you. He's just waiting for you to get in alignment. And once you
yeah,
get in alignment, the doors open. And that is a
yeah,
true statement, because the doors is one connection, one relationship after another to get you closer to where you need to be. Does not mean that you don't have to work, you don't have to make the sacrifice, you don't have to do your part. It does not mean that the floodgates are not going to open and you're just going to get what you want.
right. Yeah,
You're going to have to do the work to get what you want. But now You have fun doing it. When it's challenging days, you know where you can go, where who you can pray to, get filled up again. Your environment is the support now, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that you can continue, and then it doesn't feel as bad. At least you're not back there,
Right.
right?
Right.
At least you're
Exactly.
not back there. So now that you are author and you're doing all these amazing things, how can we find you and how can we purchase the book?
My book next week, I'm working hand in hand with my developmental editor.
Yay.
We are, our goal is by next week, the book should be done. So I'm able to go ahead and publish it. But as of right now, you can pre-order the book on my website, which is hannahsunfadingbeauty.com. And
Mhm.
when you do pre-order it, you get bonuses for pre-ordering. So it's $30 to pre-order.
Okay.
I will ship the book to you. So there's no, it's just $30 flat. You will get, I will sign the book. You will get a bookmark of the 9 keys to overcome spiritual conflict, or in other words, daily struggles.
Right.
You will also receive an 8 by 10 poster of the 9 keys. So you can put it in your war room, put it in your office, put it in your room, wherever you want to put it. That is a reminder. Okay, yeah, I got to make sure if I go into the office, I need to practice this, and this because this person has been trying me all week.
Right. 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 Absolutely.
So also you will also have virtual access to my book launch party as well. So you do get bonuses. You can connect with me on Facebook, on Instagram. You can even find me on TikTok under Hannah's Unfading Beauty. I am here to serve my brothers and sisters. Even if you wanted to talk, if you have questions, I am here. I will give you a free 30-minute consultation. Usually it runs over. That's all right. This is what I'm called to do, called to serve, and I'm called to pour out onto you. So hit me up. I'm here.
Tanisha, thank you so much for being here. And I just love your spirit. And I love the fact that the journey of how you got here has really opened up and led you to something beautiful. It is your stories that really empowers a woman. Like I tell the women all the time, we have, women who say that they've walked this journey, but anytime that life gets to them, they don't know what to do to come out of it, right? But you can tell and feel when other people have walked the journey and they are doing the work. It's not easy because it's hard to restructure things that you've learned years and years and
Mhm.
years and years, right, ago. But as long as you have your faith, you focused on the right thing, and you're doing what you need to do, and you're serving, all of
Yeah,
that is in vain because you can get through it, right?
yeah,
You can get through
yeah.
it. And that's exactly what I see. So thank you so much for being here. Give us your social media one more time.
Yes, my social media is at Hannah's Unfading Beauty. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can definitely catch me on there. Also YouTube.
Okay. Tanisha, thank you so much. And have a good night, okay?
Yes, you too. Thank you for having me. God bless you.
All right. Bye.